Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Question Answered from Bright Ideas. This actually is not more of a question, more of a help. I had a client contact me and said, can't see my elevation markers. And I said, okay, well, it's probably a very simple fix. And the first thing that I told them to do was I told them to first turn on their crop region, which is down here at the bottom left corner inside of the view control bar. And it showed up when the crop region showed up. We said, okay, well, let's also make sure to not crop the view, which is the next one over from the sunglasses there. Excuse me, not the sunglasses, the light bulb. And our box came up, or excuse me, our marker. Well, so we said, okay, well, crisis averted. What we also wanted to make sure that we did was we clicked on the arrow that goes to the elevation marker. And it then will show us where that elevation is coming from, which in this particular case, the elevation is coming, it's outside of the crop region. That's why you don't see the arrow. So you always want to make sure that this blue line is moved up and is inside the crop region. So after we did that, we said, okay, great, let's take a look at it and make sure it's showing what we wanted to show. We went to that elevation and we had this happen. And actually it was more like this. The crop region was not on. And we said, oh my God, what happened to it? Well, long story short, and we don't know how we got here, but sometimes this may happen. And what it could have been was when the view was first made, it was made at a much larger scale, which then made the crop region blow up, if you will, or at least the view blow up. So we first wanted to turn the crop region on. And the other thing that we wanted to make sure that we did was we wanted to make sure that the crop region was at the appropriate size. So what I had her do was I had her come up here to the navigation bar and I clicked the drop down just in case you don't already have this set up, and I made sure it was set to zoom to fit. And then I hit the button. Now, obviously, we're still missing stuff. So here's what we had to do. If this ever happens, do one more thing. Turn the crop region back off. Now hit the button. Zoom to fit. And let's see here. And also, let's see here. Tell it not to crop the view. Make sure you tell it not to crop the view. And boom, there it is. Here's our project all of a sudden. Okay, so one more thing I had to do though was I wanted to turn the crop region back on. And so now, and then what I did was I tried to keep my mouse or keep my project towards the center, and I kept zooming it out and kept zooming it out and kept zooming out until boom, there's my crop region. So it answered something for me and said, oh, crop region is huge. So I clicked the crop region and I said, I'm going to do an edit crop. From here, I just simply did a tab and selected all of the lines together and I did a delete. And then I zoomed to fit again. So I've got my project now back in view, something that controllable that I can see, so on and so forth. Since I've deleted all the lines, I'm now clicking the rectangle itself and I'm drawing a new rectangle in that actually is something that's manageable around my project that I have in front of me. I'm going to hit the, hit it a little too soon because I didn't click. I was busy talking. Make sure I clicked, got the rectangle around it. Now I'm going to hit the check mark. And I now have an easier thing here. And it's telling me I've got a self-intersecting loop. And let me make sure that I didn't delete the second one because I had gotten out of it. So that's okay. I'm just going to select it all, delete it again, zoom back into fit. There's my new one. Now I'm going to hit the check mark. Now my crop region is manageable again, and I won't run into that problem. So if that ever happens and you're like, I know I have something here, why can't I see it? And you end up doing all this investigation work and you realize that your crop region is just huge. And like I said, a lot of times that happens when the view was created from another view. And usually this is when you create an elevation from a floor plan that has a really large scale to it, like a site plan, like a 1:20, 1:30, because that elevation, whatever the elevation is that you make inside of that plan, is going to take on the same scale as the plan that you're pulling it from. So just be careful of that. You know, maybe go to just a floor plan, a regular floor plan that has like an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch scale. Shoot the elevation from there. Or if you are shooting from your site plan, just be mindful there's a place up top where you can actually change your scale as you're creating it, so you don't create this really huge elevation drawing and now you cannot find your elevation. It happens. If you run into this again, or you're like, can you show it to me one more time, please contact me. My email address is brightideas, BRIGHTEYEDIAS @gmail.com. And I can walk you through the steps again. Just also know I also do provide technical support packages where you can contact me. We can walk you through some things that may have you hung up. Or you can also send me another question. Hey, how do I do this really quick? Always don't forget to subscribe so that when other questions come up or other helpful tips, you will be able to see them too. Thanks, everyone.